Emily was a 22-year-old student studying photography at university. For his graduation project, he decided to shoot in abandoned locations. As a result of his research, he discovered an old mental hospital outside the city, which was closed 30 years ago. Emily set out early on a Saturday morning. He took his photography equipment, flashlight, water, and snacks with him. When he arrived at the hospital in the afternoon, he hesitated for a moment at the eerie appearance of the building. But his desire to take perfect photos won out over his fear. Emily entered through a broken window. The corridors were covered with dust and cobwebs. Old wheelchairs, rusty surgical instruments, and peeling wallpaper bore traces of the past. He spent hours exploring different parts of the building and taking photographs. Emily, as evening approached, she decided to go down to the basement. As he descended the stairs, a strange feeling came over him. It was like someone was watching him. He turned around but couldn't see anyone. Emily, the basement was pitch black. He turned on his flashlight and started looking around. There were old files, medicine bottles, and medical equipment everywhere. Suddenly, he heard a distant whisper. His heart began to beat rapidly. He moved towards the direction where the voice came from. Emily paused when she came to a room. He could hear murmurings coming from inside. He opened the door slowly with his trembling hands. He was shocked by what he saw. In the middle of the room, there was an old man sitting on an old chair. He was wearing a faded hospital gown and was mumbling something to himself. Emily recoiled in fear, but the man looked up at her. "You've finally arrived," he said. "I've been waiting for you." Emily started running in panic. He could hear footsteps behind him as he walked up the stairs. Out of breath, he ran out of the building and ran towards his car. He quickly walked away without looking back. The girl was still shaking when she got home. He turned on his camera and looked at the photos he took. In the last photo, there was the silhouette of the old man he saw in the basement. But the man was not sitting on the chair. He was standing behind her, directly behind Emily. Emily never went to an abandoned place again, but from that day on, whenever he was alone in the dark, he always had the feeling that someone was watching him.